What's up, guys? This is Zach Campbell. You're listening to the Why So Serious Show.
And now, stand up and make some noise for your cast of the Why So Serious Show on BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Shout out Zach Campbell.
Yeah.
Shout out Zach.
There is.
What'd you say?
One of the best YouTubers there is.
Yeah, and Max, you mentioned in the group chat, welcome to the Why So Serious Show. I've gotten rid of doing that intro that I did. But welcome to the Why So Serious Show. Jesse Morrison, Max Bechtold, Matt Kling, alumni edition today. But yeah, Zach Campbell, he had videos last year, Max. They were some of his best.
I know. I've heard. He works hard for his videos. Like, I respect the heck out of him.
He really worked hard during COVID. He was just bothering a security guard inside of Citi Field, running around the parking lot, and he got a ball. He added probably 30 baseballs to his personal collection during the pandemic season, which is pretty impressive.
Here's my thing. I have never left an MLB game with a ball. I have gotten a ball at an MLB game, and I gave it to a kid automatically. But I gotta respect like getting any kind of baseballs like Zach Campbell does. I got a ball at a Cubs game once. And I gave it to somebody, and I got a ball at a Diamondbacks game once, and Jeremy got very mad that I gave it to somebody.
No, you give it to a kid if it's not like the first time you ever have it, but like that's the first time you ever got a major league ball. You should have kept that.
No, here's the thing. I got a ball during batting practice at a Diamondbacks game. Gave it to a kid. Like, the kid was super excited. Like, it was like the best moment of his life. I was like, cool. Like, whatever. Like, that was awesome. Then I gave that ball to him.
But like, you should have kept it.
I don't care. I don't care about balls. Like, here's my thing. Like, if I get a ball, like, that's a cool story to tell. Like, oh, yeah, I got this ball at a Diamondbacks game in batting practice. Like, that's fun. But, you hold it for a minute. You're like, oh, cool, I got a ball. And then you're like, oh, here, kid.
Yeah, but you get
that makes like that kid's year. Like, I don't care.
I mean, that's one of the handful things that he does. He keeps like 2 baseballs from his like 15 hits a night. He really only keeps the commemorative ones. But the thing that's impressive about him is that he just like has a knack of like actually catching home runs, which like is really hard.
That Orioles game where he catches like 3 foul balls in the same spot in like 1 inning, that's an incredible video to go watch. Like, he knew exactly where to catch those balls. Like, it's amazing.
He's insane at that skill. And then the fact that he has like he got like A-Rod's 3,000th hit is also very impressive, because there's a difference between
Trout's first home run.
That's right. That's right. And there's a difference between like getting a ball at an Orioles game and getting a ball at a packed Yankees game waiting for A-Rod's 3,000th hit. Like, that's way more impressive. But
this is real quick. This is a show plug. I think that's like the coolest interview we've done. Because I know we've interviewed Kirkchin. Kirkchin was awesome, cool. But like, Zach Campbell is like such a unique, weird interview to have. That was like so cool being able to interview him, talk to him about like different stadiums, talk to him about different balls he's caught. I think that was awesome.
I also enjoyed the drone racing guy. The drone racing guy was interesting. What are we doing?
Don't get me off the rails on drone racing, okay?
Remember we went to that?
I feel like I think this is turning into a clunky reminiscing segment. The fact that the show is ending for some reason.
It's going to get a lot more clunky with me saying that that drone racing one was the first event I've ever covered with alcohol in my system.
You're not allowed to say that word on the show.
I don't care.
You're not allowed to say that word. It's burgers. The A word is off limits. That's a $50 fine, Max. Fine. That is a 50. I feel like Max has to donate $50 to charity because of that.
Look, you're moving to my place on Sunday. the ribs will pay for it on Sunday.
Ooh, ribs! I'm so excited. Matt,
Okay, good.
please put this on the poll. Does Max owe a $50 fine because he said alcohol instead of burgers, and tag Braden Bell? Yes and no is the choices on that. Hopefully.
You don't take me to a TGI Fridays before covering an event without expecting me to have some burgers. I'm just saying.
I mean, I think I had a burger. Also,
there's an epic Lions versus Cardinals tie, I believe, that day.
Yes, we watched Lions versus Cardinals, and that's one of the worst possible. That was one of the worst possible shows that we've ever done. Like we can't like. It was a terrible show, and Jeremy just kept texting me that I was being awful. I thought I was pretty funny that day, but apparently I wasn't. And the person with the drone racing was like, "Can't wait to hear it," and we were just like, "Yeah, no, sorry."
That was awful.
It was really bad. It was a really
we
bad.
got to sit in like a suite at Chase Field for like 2 hours. But yeah, it
was fun. It was a weird sport too. Like you couldn't really. It was not a sport that was meant for live sports production. Like it was not a good live sport at all. You couldn't tell where they were.
It was cool for like 3 minutes, and then it was cool for like 3 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, I get it. Like it's the same thing over and over again. I get it.
Who's into that?
It's like going to a Supercross or Monster Jam. Like it's
don't crap on the Monster Jam, and Max can back
awesome. Gravedigger. I mean, come on.
Like it's just giant trucks that crush cars. It's so fun.
It's made
for monster truck event as a kid is like a ritual. Like
you have to go to at least one.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's not good for television. It's great for live in stage, live in arena.
That's true.
Experience.
Right, well, Max shared this today. He didn't think we should talk about it, but I want to talk about it. It's maybe the biggest just broadcast failure I've seen in a while. It's
okay.
just
I've got a lot more to talk about with this than just what you're gonna say, but go ahead.
Because so I guess Annika Sorenstam's back. Cool, whatever.
Okay,
like
now I want to provide some context here because a lot of people might not know who Annika Sorenstam is. Annika Sorenstam is like Tiger if Tiger was better. Like Annika Sorenstam was legitimately maybe the most dominant athlete of the last 30 years. Like she won 10 majors in like 5 years. She won like 80 tournaments in 5 years and then just decided to retire out of nowhere. So that's the background on Annika Sorenstam. Is she was basically winning every single LPGA event there was.
Yeah, so I guess she's back now. Is she like back full time, or is she like on the Champions PGA? Like, is there a Champions LPGA tour?
They have senior majors.
Okay.
There's a senior US Open. There's a senior British Open. There's a senior women's PGA. So there's 3 like essentially majors for seniors. I don't believe Annika's played in any of them before. She played in the because there's a Pro-Am. The last LPGA event was Pro-Am, and she played in that as an amateur. Now she's playing in this one, and it's because this is at her home course, so she decided to play in this one. I believe this is her first official pro start in the last 10 years. So,
okay. So here's the thing, like, I understand where the broadcasters are coming from in this, because I'm sure they like were like, oh my gosh, we get to call Annika Sorenstam today. That's so cool. It's like, that's like, she's a legend. Like we're excited. And I'm sure they had the back like she never left, like right there, getting ready for it. And it would have been a great call if it was the first or second hole, and maybe she'd made a par on the first hole and then she's rolling through. But no, this was the 14th hole and she was +4. So let's just hear it.
Look, go ahead, play it.
Back
Back
like
like she never.
No, just peep this. Just look at this a little bit right here.
It's a great shot, though.
It's a really good shot, but like, just look at the. She's +4. They're 14. Like,
But this is very gettable today, this hole. Spin it back.
Yes.
Has it got potential? Do it.
It's like she never left.
No, that's just blatantly not true. That back like she never left.
it's not. It's just not true.
Now, I have a lot more to say on LPGA coverage this week. Since you are the one who brought up LPGA, I feel like that door is open. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
go for it.
Okay. This week, an amazing field on the LPGA Tour. 2 of the top 10 players in the world are in the top 3 in the event this week. How many shots do you think are going to be broadcast live on Golf Channel this week? 0. There is going to be not a single shot broadcast live of the LPGA Tour this week.
That's terrible. What's the PGA event?
Okay, so now here's the issue. This is why it's a big issue. There's a WGC event, which is the World Golf Championship. So I'll explain a little bit about what that means. So the World Golf Championship, that counts as both a PGA and a European Tour event. So it's both of them combined. There's 5 of them each year. The top 64 players in the world get invited to it. So basically all the big players do. Now, the majors are the 4 biggest tournaments of the year. The WGC tournaments are the next biggest ones. So there is a WGC event this week where the top 64 players in the world are playing. There is also a PGA Tour event this week. And that's where the issue is. Because the 2 channels are broadcasting the WGC event and then the PGA Tour event. The PGA Tour event has absolutely nobody of note. Like, there is not a single interesting player. There's not a single top 64 player in the world in it, because you are not allowed to play in the PGA Tour event if you decide not to play in the WGC event. So not a single player who is in the top 64 in the world is playing in the PGA Tour event. That is getting broadcast over the LPGA Tour event. So the best possible player in that PGA Tour event is the number 65 ranked player in the world. That is what's getting broadcast over the LPGA event. That has an excellent field, that has Lydia Ko and Nelly Korda both in the top 3, 2 of the biggest stars in the LPGA. That is not going to get a single moment of live coverage because of this very low-end PGA Tour event.
I think NBC has a problem, honestly. Like if they're really going to prioritize a AAA PGA Tour event over a pretty good LPGA event, and they can't even like throw something on NBCSN. Like, what airs on NBCSN besides hockey at night on some nights of the week? A lot of random fishing and like hunting shows, or reruns of American Ninja Warrior. Like, they need to like figure out what they should do now. Are they streaming it at least?
They are streaming it on Golf Channel, on the Golf Channel app.
Okay.
But what I can compare this to, and I get that this might happen. The problem is that the WNBA and NBA never happens really at the same time that much. So it's hard to compare that. But this would be like if the Timberwolves versus Cavs were broadcast over the top 2 WNBA teams in the league playing, which that might happen. But that's like a similar situation, because this LPGA event, like, all the top 20 players in the world are playing in this. I mean, this is a full field. And it's probably going to be one of the bottom 5 fields of the PGA Tour this year.
So my point on this is, again, and we need to have this become more of a conversation. ESPN2, for throughout the day until they get to, nighttime college basketball coverage and stuff, like, it's just repeats of the big shows on ESPN. Why don't they get why doesn't ESPN2 pick up at least the Thursdays and Fridays live of the LPGA? Think about it. You could have Scott Van Pelt on the coverage. Like it would be a great opportunity for the LPGA to be, broadcast live. And I would watch it more because I don't really get to the Golf Channel all that much, at all. So,
it's my biggest frustration. Because the LPGA Tour, I think you guys know, is my favorite sports league. I mean,
yes,
I watch it as much as anybody does. And my biggest frustration is I don't think the LPGA is trying to be broadcast. I think they're just content with most Saturdays and Sundays they get live coverage on Golf Channel, and that's they're fine with that. 60-70% of their tournaments get live broadcasts on Saturday and Sunday for 3 hours, and they're fine with that. And I don't think they should just accept that. There's a lot of sports channels that are looking for live events. Sports coverage lives on live events right now because social media has kind of rendered a lot of other stuff useless. Stuff like Sports Center, stuff like, who needs Sports Center anymore?
I love Sports Center. I think it's.
I'm watching it right now, so
I think it's still the best. I think it's still the best.
I'm gonna cut back in on my Sports Center take, which is that you can see any highlight you want, you can get any analysis you want, you can see any score you want, all of it on the internet. Live sports cannot be replaced by anything but live sports, and so I feel like something like ESPN2, something like any of the ESPN channels. ESPN has like 8 channels right now.
Yeah, ESPN News is worthless right now. I'm sorry. Once they cut all the radio shows out, like it's worth. Also, ESPN Radio is worthless now. I said it because Levitard left.
But here's what I'm saying is, why wouldn't you throw live sports on anything you can? Live sports is the biggest draw in sports media right now, and LPGA, for them not to have a home to have live sports shown on is insane to me. I just don't understand it at all.
I agree. I think it should definitely, ESPN should definitely get into that. ESPN needs to get to hockey too. Hockey needs to go on ESPN. I think the NHL would be a bigger draw, honestly, than, West Virginia and Texas Tech on a Thursday. So
absolutely.
I'm with you. ESPN News, and I think they need to stop calling themselves ESPN News. It should be like ESPN Live or something, and it's just all live sports.
Right, and they just do only live sports all day. That'd be amazing.
You could show like 4th tier soccer in England.
Look, there's a reason why they don't air anything. It's because they want people to pay extra money for ESPN Plus. And
put sports even that are beyond. Put sports that are even beyond ESPN Plus. Like why doesn't UFC just stage fights like throughout the week, like just with like up and coming fighters or something? Like people would eat that up. People love the UFC.
I do want to mention, now that we're on this topic of ESPN News, apparently. And of course, I sleep during the day, so I don't know what goes on until about except when I wake up for 5 minutes at a time. But apparently, the ESPN was very delayed in Tiger Woods coverage the other day when he got into that serious car accident. By the way, I'm speaking on behalf of all of us here. We wish Tiger Woods nothing but the best and a speedy and full.
Oh yeah, we should have brought that up. Yeah, of course. Tiger, especially poor guy, because now that it's come out that there was nothing other than just an accident, like it's just awful. Like that sucks.
I mean, he could have been speeding, but it was a dangerous road, whatnot.
Who had sped also? I mean, he might have been dangerously speeding, but I mean, this could have happened to anybody.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Regardless, the apparently ESPN was very delayed in their coverage. Like it broke, I guess, during the jump, and then they pivoted to Sports Center I guess after the jump, something to that nature. Apparently, it was not well received online. So that's just
my like actually my over like arching goal that is unattainable, that I know is unattainable, is me becoming the president of the company of ESPN. And so, I don't think that would ever happen, but I can dream. And so I would just do a lot of things that I would like to do. Not really listen to a lot of people other than myself, because I don't know if that's a great.
Yeah, I know
that-
you don't listen to anyone besides yourself. I'm going to put that on the poll.
do
Does
listen,
Jesse
I
listen to
do listen to other people. That is a false statement. I think I come to the other side of people in the group chat more than anyone else. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I'm still putting something on the poll. So
Okay, you go for it. Go for it. But yeah,
since I have free reign tonight.
yes, of course. Something I want to talk about though.
Just a second. Are we moving off of Tiger Woods?
I mean, do you have anything else?
I just want to jump on the coverage thing, because I noticed that too. Because I was watching MSNBC, when the news started to come out, and probably within 10 minutes of the news coming out on Twitter, MSNBC was cutting to it, and I found out later that ESPN wasn't. So a news channel was cutting to it, but sports wasn't.
I think it's just that it was the time of the day. Like, it's really easy for something like CNN and MSNBC to cut to that. Like, the thing about ESPN is you've got to get like people into the studio and ready to go live or whatever. And like,
but like I feel like you need someone at least ready, because I one of my classes this week we talked about Tiger Woods, and in reference to what happened, and it's like, how many athletes in the world are bigger than Tiger Woods? Probably like, you can probably count on
Messi,
one.
Ronaldo, LeBron.
You can probably
Maybe
count on
Brady.
one hand the athletes that are bigger than Tiger. What would it take to have a breaking news about anybody?
I don't know. Like,
Tiger doesn't get an automatic one.
What they should have, I mean, is like, maybe even if it's in maybe even if it is in if they're just in their house, like, you have a studio that's ready to go with somebody that's just ready to go at all times to basically just break, just like, even if you continue with your coverage of what you're doing, like, they could have continued with the jump, but just said, we're going back to our studios and somebody's giving an update. And then,
also, they could easily pull ABC News in to do that.
that's true. They could also do
like
that.
they could say, this is an ABC News special report on ESPN.
Yep.
And that's the interesting thing about the Kobe situation, is it was on a Sunday afternoon. So it was a lot easier, I feel like, to pull in a lot of the news stations, because they're already ready for like the Sunday night lineup and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's like the one difference, I think. But
yeah,
it was a weird situation what happened with Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
As far as the coverage situation.
Yeah. All right. Well, I wanted to get on a less serious.
Yeah, we've been too serious tonight. Let's throw all the seriousness out the door.
Yes, exactly.
Wearing an Isaac Okoro jersey, trying to be serious. Come on.
What's his points per game, Max? What is his points per game?
Probably like 8, but he's a great defender. I mean, he's a great defender. So
that's like getting a Tony Allen jersey.
It is. Have you seen Jared Allen's stats recently?
Are they good too?
Allen might be on one of the greatest stretches in NBA history. He's had 3 games out of 4 where he's gone for at least 10 for 11 shooting. He's unbelievable.
That's great, but
school's basketball team, because my coach is on the verge of 900 wins, so he's at 898. A couple games to go.
What would you all think is the top app currently in the United States?
You're going to tell me it's something to do with pooping. So
but what would you think it is? What would you guess?
I would think it's TikTok.
TikTok is number 2 right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say TikTok as well. I thought I've never gotten into TikTok, but I know people love it, so I was gonna assume that was number 2.
Okay, yeah. So it's number 2. Number 1 is an app called Poop Map. And
Okay.
Poop Map is an app where you go and wherever you go poop, you mark your poop and you can join groups with friends and you rate out of 5 stars how good it was. And so Jeremy and I are in a group together and we have rated our poops and are having fun with it.
Okay, so I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna stop you right there because
Braden
I'm
Bell
looking
said
at
5
the
should be
app
given.
store. What's that?
Braden Bell said unanimous yes, 5 should be given.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm going to call you out because I see where this poop map is. It's number 15 right now
Okay, well
on this
at
app
one
store's top.
point it was number 1 over TikTok.
Well, actually, TikTok is still number 2. It is currently the app that I'm on right now on my iPad, the Zoom app, which is number 1. It goes Zoom, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, Snapchat, Gmail, Cash App, Google Maps, Google, Amazon Shopping, Spotify, WhatsApp, and then Poop Map.
Okay,
That's a lot of.
Well, Poop Map still, it's very highly rated for an app that is about marking where you've gone to the bathroom or you've done your number 2.
I've got a question here because this could be a very important app for me. So,
yeah,
you rate the poops.
Yeah.
I hate saying that word even. But when you rate them, do you rate your own personal one or do you rate how good the bathroom is?
I mean, I guess you could. I mean, it just says best of 5, so I don't know. Like,
that's my key is because, like, you know, whenever I have to, you know, do whatever, I always like weigh how good is this bathroom? Is this a bathroom that I'm comfortable in? Is this a bathroom that is well set up for this? You know, like, I think that would be a valuable app if you could rate bathrooms off of that.
Yeah, especially like on a road trip, because if you're going to stop, because sometimes, you know, it says rest area and you think that the rest area is going to be nicer than a gas station. And you show up to the rest area and the rest area is actually worse than it would have been to just like stop at a random Love's travel stop. Shout out Michael McDowell, Daytona 500 champion, top 10 last week at the Daytona Road Course, number 8, by the way. But yes, yeah. So yeah, I would like that. Now, I did see it. I saw an ad for something because obviously they've noticed, you know, the whatever tracks that stuff notices that I have downloaded this app, and you don't have to buy a toilet that comes with a bidet now. You can buy a bidet. How about that? Has anybody ever, like, I've never used a bidet, but like it is my dream purchase. I want a bidet really bad. Anybody? No?
No.
Nothing? Okay. All right. Well, let's just transition to Max wanted to talk about. Max, you said that the greatest fast food item is coming back. The greatest fast food item. It's not even like top 5 at McDonald's.
What?
Max,
right,
there is a.
I can get saying it might be 3rd best at McDonald's because bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle is amazing. Like, incredible fast food item. McDonald's hash brown is amazing. Great fast food item.
The fries, they're very salty. They're very crispy.
And they've gone downhill a little bit. The Shamrock Shake. I mean, come on. The Shamrock Shake is top tier. Let's just be honest. I don't even know what else there is to say about it. It's so good.
Never
a
really
Shamrock
had
Shake
it.
Always hits.
I've never even really had it.
Well, then you need to have it.
But it's like minty and like is it? But wouldn't the vanilla
so
shake just be better?
Put it on the poll. Something about Shamrock Shakes, Matt. I don't care what it is. Just something.
Exactly what he said. Exactly what he said. Just put it on the poll.
Shamrock Shakes, yes or no?
Deal.
Sure. Or something. I was more looking for something like something about Shamrock Shakes ? Yes, no, or like delicious. I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. You can figure it out.
Yes.
Put on the poll. Something like that. Yes or no?
Oh, it's
Something
on the
like that.
poll.
Yes, no, Tim McGraw. It's a Tim McGraw song. And you had a
I
barbecue.
get the joke. That's a boop boop.
What?
That's a terrible joke.
What I do? I don't
You didn't do
understand.
You didn't do anything.
I think without ever having it, I think it's probably overrated. So
It's really good. I usually like to call this kind of thing overrated. It's really good.
I want to just show you right now that the Shamrock Shake is available. This is my McDonald's. This is the McDonald's app.
okay, good. You know what? Maybe I'll go get one tonight because I don't really have much food, and maybe I'll just instead of actually eating healthy tonight, maybe I'll just go and grab a couple spicy McChickens, some fries, Shamrock Shake.
Shamrock Shakes are amazing. I'm telling you that. Like whenever it gets around March, I always need a Shamrock Shake. They're
Right,
so good.
Well, speaking of overrated, we are
By the way, just jumping off of that, when you talk about best fast food items, Shake Burger from Shake Shack, probably the best actually, but just saying.
No, okay, I'm going to just tell you right now, the Shamrock Shake
I like
is the greatest fast food item that was ever invented, hands down. It is my favorite thing to get every year. I'm really surprised at myself that I haven't gotten one so far, but at the same time, I'm proud of myself because it's very sugary. It's not really good for you.
But one isn't gonna kill you. One isn't gonna kill you.
But no, I'm gonna get some, and there's a McDonald's right around the corner from me, so I'll probably go tomorrow. I mean, I won't eat. I've given up red meat for Lent, and I don't eat meat on. I'm not eating meat on Fridays for Lent, so I might order some French fries, some free French fries with a Shamrock Shake. So
I was getting ready to bring up Lent actually, and I gave up milk for Lent, which probably people would laugh at because it's milk and it's I'm not giving up milkshakes. I'm not giving up because none of that will compare, in my opinion, to a glass of cold 2% milk right out of the fridge. And so yeah, I've given it up so far. I haven't slipped. I haven't gotten milk. I've been thinking about it. We've given up a lot this year. I'm not sure this is a year to give up something for Lent. So part of me is just.
I mean, I lost my grandma. I've given up like the religious part of me. I mean, I still go to church, whatnot, but I really I have not eaten red meat since last Tuesday when I ate In-N-Out. So
I've not given up anything. I have not slipped up at all though on Friday or Ash Wednesday. I've not slipped up yet though, and I'm not going to tomorrow.
I forgot about it, and it was very late. I had gone 24. I had gone 24 hours without meat, so I was fine.
I've not slipped up.
Actually eaten more fish this Lent so far than normal.
I love fish.
Honestly, fish is good. I'm gonna put is fish good?
Here's my thing. I wish I could give up red meat, but red meat would be impossible for me because I don't like chicken. I don't really like pork. I don't really like fish that much. Red meat is what I eat. It really is. So I don't know if I could give up red meat.
Yeah, my thing this year was because I haven't really done a good give up for Lent in a while that I could really stick to. I'm I gotta do something that's gonna be a sacrifice for me, but something I can also that's a reasonable goal. And so far I've done that. But yeah, Shamrock Shake I think it's probably a little overrated. So we're gonna go into our Mount Rushmore of just generally overrated things. Can be musical acts, can be athletes, can be sports teams in general. Because I think I'm gonna switch out one of mine for a sports team. But yeah, just generally overrated things, and so we'll do snake draft, of course. So Max, I'll start with you. What's your first overrated thing?
This might be either my biggest hot take or the one that most people agree with, depending on who you are. people are overrated. There's a lot of bad people on this earth. People are overrated in general. Also, alone time is great. Alone time is a good thing.
We've had
Not
too much
being around
alone time
people.
recently.
Not being around people can be a good thing.
And yeah, but we have had too much of
Are
it.
overrated. People are overrated. I don't care what anybody says. Human beings are overrated. So
Right.
that encompasses a lot.
Dude,
Human beings are overrated.
Dude, there are some very bad people. There are a lot of great people in this world, and I think they do outnumber the bad people. But I think the overarching nature of being around other people is a little bit scary. Like for example, when you're working on something and things your way, you're like, okay, I'm trying to do my own thing, but boom, 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 and now you're backed up in work. Like, I'm not saying that that's what I do every day, but it's but yes, I agree that people can be overrated sometimes.
Yeah. My thing with people is there's like some super super good people, then there's some super super terrible people, and then there's just people. And I think most of us just fall into the people category where we have our faults and our downfalls here and there. We might do some bad things, and then but then we also do some good things, and I think that's where most people fall in. So I don't think people are overrated, because I guess that would be calling myself overrated. So I'm not going to say that.
I think I'm overrated.
Time out here. I, for some reason, have Garth yelling people in the middle of Friends in Low Places, like, people! People, 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 people. And they're all screaming for a third verse. And he's going to fake him out saying, people. I regret to inform you that on this tour, we're not singing the third verse of Friends in Low Places. And they boo the crap out of him. And then he said that.
There's just a lot with Garth that you could go into that's just comically hilarious. Are you guys aware of Chris Gaines?
Yes.
So Max, you're aware of Chris Gaines?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because that was funny. That was really good. That might be, I don't know what's more funny, the video of him on the Facebook like live or whatever, or that, or just him at the inauguration, just like looking like a doofus. There's just a lot there with Garth Brooks. He also has a savior complex. Like he took himself out of the CMA Awards Entertainer of the Year nomination, and like he wasn't really allowed to do that. Like that's not really his thing, but he was like, I don't really deserve it anymore. I haven't really had that many hits recently, but I'm going to take myself out. That's not really his job. If the Academy wants to vote him, they can. So it's like, or the Country Music Association, I'm sorry, the Academy.
We've talked too much about people. Who's next in this snake draft?
You are.
I am. Okay.
Yeah, you've got two choices here.
You haven't even gone yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It goes. Oh no. Okay, then yeah, I'll have two. All right, Clean, go with one.
Okay, my first pick. I'm just gonna flat out say it. The NBA is overrated. Like honestly, while it's so
the regular season's pretty bad.
The regular season is terrible. If the off season is more entertaining than the regular season, that's a problem. I mean, but at the same time, that could go for baseball too, and maybe hockey. But I really think that the drama of hashtag NBA Twitter takes place more during the off season than it does during the regular season or during the playoffs, which is not a good thing. And yes, the regular season is bad. There are a lot more bad teams than good teams in the NBA. And, the whole All-Star game thing with the NBA, and this might be a separate, a separate argument.
How's it going?
The NBA is overrated.
Okay, so my take on the NBA is it's fun if your team is good. If they're not good, it's bad. And so I don't disagree that it's overrated.
Jeremy, how's the cold?
Yeah, it's a bad cold, very bad cold.
The NBA is the most fun league to enjoy day to day.
I got Zach Kaplan here with
Zach,
me.
how's the cold? How's your cold?
Oh, I'm back in the Capitol. You kidding me? I was hanging out with the governor today.
Yeah, big.
How
about that? Big governor guy over here.
Jeremy, you missed my hot take for Mount Rushmore of overrated things.
What was it?
People.
All right, Jeremy Schnell, actually. So what's your overrated? Your first on the Mount Rushmore of just genuinely overrated things.
Overrated things.
Can be a player on a team. Can be a team in general.
Bacon.
No. No, I am leaving this Zoom right now.
He goes with the bacon as the first one. Like maybe your fourth one, but you just come in like you're coming in hot. Wow. Okay. Does Zach have overrated ones? I'm shocked, but okay.
Oh.
What's number one overrated thing?
Keeping with the spirit of the sports rumors of the day, Russell Wilson.
Wow. Russell Wilson overrated.
Wow. Russell Wilson overrated.
Wisconsin fan Max is out of here. Wisconsin fan Max is out of here.
Okay.
Such a good guy. Such a good guy.
He's too good of a guy.
My second one.
Such a good guy.
Yeah. No,
whoa. Who said you get two? I'm next.
Oh, we're still going around the room?
Yes, I haven't gone yet. I'm last. I'm last this time.
Okay.
All right. I will go first and just go with the moon. Like, what is the moon? Like, what does the moon have to? Like, what is it? Like, I can't even find the words. It's just a big giant rock that somehow in orbit. Like, I guess it controls the tide, but like, yeah, the tides are cool, but like, what impact do they have on anything? And like, why do we have to spend so much money exploring the moon? Go to a planet with oxygen. How about that?
I agree on that. Space is overrated.
Yeah, space isn't overrated, but the Milky Way galaxy or whatever it's called is overrated. Like, what is it? Like, what do these planets have? They don't have people. Like, we're the only one.
Is Mars overrated? Is Mars overrated?
Yeah, Mars. Why do we send a Mars rover? Haven't we explored Mars like 20 times? Get over it.
That thing landed on Mars, and they're like, "Ooh, listen to the first sound from Mars," and it was like, it's like, okay, cool.
So lame.
Whatever.
Yeah, Mars looks and sounds like a barren wasteland that's like the drive from Reno to Las Vegas, according to.
Yeah, really like the
drive to
parts of
Sedona if
Arizona.
you want to see Mars. Like, drive to Sedona if you want to see Mars.
Yeah, Mars is so lame. Like, just get over it. Why are you guys talking? Mute yourself.
Well, I'm explaining the Mount Rushmore to him, how we do this.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, it's just. Yeah, it's space travel in general, but I'm gonna say the moon just specifically, but like just overall space stuff. Like, you know, Elon Musk, it's just another example of his fraudness, that he cares so much about it. Jeff Bezos, like Jeff Bezos can't even get a good space company. Like he has the crappy version of SpaceX. Like just total frauds. And just get over it. Get over space. Come on. Like what has space ever done? Like, what has it ever given us other than just, oh, this is kind of cool? Also, like, private trips to space? Like,
all right, Jesse. All right.
No, I am not done with this rant.
Jesse,
Oh my God. Someone mute him.
All right, my next one is hot Cheetos. Hot Cheetos are so overrated.
Get out of here with that.
Agreed, 100%.
They're so overrated. The regular crunchy Cheeto is amazing. The regular crunchy Cheeto.
Cheetos Puffs.
No, Cheetos Puffs are okay, but if you're really gonna get a puff, it's the Utz cheese balls, or not. Maybe not the Utz. I think it's
you get Wise cheese doodles. That's what you get.
Wise cheese. Ooh,
Wise cheese doodles is what they're called.
Big bucket of cheese balls that are at Walmart.
Doodles, not cheese balls. I'm putting this on the poll. Cheese doodles or cheese balls?
Cheese balls. But yeah, the flaming hot Cheeto, it takes away from the good taste of a Cheeto. It's just hot, and I don't want that. Like you can't even tell there's cheese in there. It's just hot, and you know I'll eat them sometimes, but like they're not like my. And don't even get me started on flaming hot Funyuns. Flaming hot Funyuns are a terrible invention. Like it takes away from the Funyun. The Funyun is so good. Why would you Spice it up. I don't understand. And I like spicy food, but it's just
A lot
weird.
of saturated fat in the Funyun.
I like a good Funyun though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he loves that saturated.
That take leads into one of mine that we'll get to later. By the way,
It's your turn.
no, it's not.
It's Zach's turn.
Zach already did. Oh no,
Yeah,
Zach didn't already go.
We're going
Okay.
back. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's Zach's turn. My bad. Sorry.
All right, I got to go with the worst defensive shortstop to ever make the Hall of Fame, Derek Sanderson Jeter. Overrated.
Oh, yeah, that guy's so overrated. Get over it.
Absolutely, he's the definition of overrated. Only got the proper recognition because he played for the Yankees. Otherwise, no one would have given a damn about him. It would have been a jag. Would have been just a guy out there, if not for the Yankees.
He made that one catch, whatever. Yeah, broken nose. Get over it.
Derek Jeter, worst defensive shortstop in the history of the Hall of Fame.
David Wright was better.
It's good.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a Hall of Famer yet, though.
Yeah.
David Wright?
Derek Jeter literally has like a negative 15 career WAR, defensive WAR.
Yeah.
There is a negative defensive WAR.
Yeah, terrible.
David Wright.
Can I go now?
Yeah, but David Wright was better than Derek Jeter.
Thank you. You said it already.
I know. It froze a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeremy?
My turn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Peyton Manning.
Yes.
I like Peyton Manning, the sheriff. He's got the forehead,
Steroids.
His forehead is longer than he can throw the
Jeremy,
ball.
you're losing crcredibility if you reference that algae.
Everybody else clapped for me. I don't know.
I like you're ruining my childhood. I like Peyton Manning.
That's another one of my overrated. It's your childhood.
I enjoyed that 2007 Super Bowl. It was played in Miami in the rain, and then Prince was there.
And he was throwing 2-yard slants to Reggie Wayne. Woo!
It worked. He threw 2-yard ducks
Amazing.
down the field, and Reggie Wayne was great. Reggie Wayne, Hall of Famer. Kling.
Amazon. Overrated.
I'm not going to defend Amazon as a company, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of good stuff about Amazon too.
Their hierarchy is terrible. They charge way too much for services, especially the whole Amazon Prime thing. I get it. People like their luxury of getting stuff virtually on demand, and people have become addicted to shopping on Amazon. But it's gotten to a point where they try to do too much, and they need to cool their roll a little bit. I know you're going to say that Amazon Prime Video is a great investment, and that I'm going to, I don't know about you, but I'm going to assume you have a Prime membership just for Prime Video, and you just get free shipping on the side.
Correct. By the way, Prime Video has the movie Time, which might be my favorite movie of 2020. So just want to point that out. It's free on Prime if you have Prime.
Movies that encompass time. Do you remember the Justin Timberlake?
It's not really a movie to joke about, by the way.
I'm not joking. I'm not joking about that movie. I'm joking about another movie that had Justin Timberlake in it. And
In Time.
In Time, I think is what it was called, and it was.
I believe it had Amanda Seyfried in it as well.
Yeah, it looked really cool, and then I watched it, and I was like, "This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen."
Yeah, I never watched it. I believe it's Amanda Seyfried with Justin Timberlake. I'm checking that out.
This is an honorable mention for overrated. Justin Timberlake as an actor.
Oh my gosh, I was right. It is Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah, but would you guys agree with me that Justin Timberlake is nothing more than he's a good sketch actor, but he's not a very good. Yeah, he's not a very good movie actor. He's overrated.
I've liked him in everything he's been, honestly.
Trouble with the Curve was all right, but he had no.
I don't agree with that. I think he's great in The Social Network.
That one he's good in, but that's Jesse Eisenberg's also in that movie, so it's really easy to look good.
Jesse Eisenberg's a good actor.
He plays himself. He does a good job at playing himself. Adventureland, good movie.
He does a good job playing himself. Andrew Garfield's great in that movie, by the way.
Andrew Garfield makes the movie. Andrew Garfield.
Alleged cannibal is great in that movie too.
Cannibals? What? Huh?
Alleged Cannibal. Army Hammer.
Oh,
See that?
oh yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Anyway, who are we on now for overrated things?
It's your Max.
Is it me again?
Yep.
Okay. iPads are overrated. They're big iPhones. You can't make calls from them.
Just get a laptop.
People have iPad minis. It's like basically an iPhone. That's the point of it.
It's very good. That's a very good take. My mom has an iPad. She swears by it.
Yeah, my parents both just sit on their iPads all day. And I'm like, okay, sure. Like, it's a big iPhone. I get it. Who cares?
I use an iPad for Zoom now because my face looks 30 times clearer. So
Yeah, I mean,
I'm like, I've got an iPhone. I've got a Mac. Like, what do I need an iPad for? I don't know.
You got a point there, Dano.
you're right about that. I will say that my MacBook Pro is starting to spontaneously combust. If that's like at some point, I just expect it to just be gone in the morning. Like there's keys missing now, and like
It's bad. No, like
when I put the screen back, like the screen
it
just
turns
goes-
black. I'm sure it's gonna happen during the show, and Jessica's gonna be like, "You guys still there?"
No, I know how to keep it from doing it now. But no, the Best Buy trip will come soon, and then potentially Apple Store. But
It's back to me, right?
I
I can do it
believe
if-
so. Yes, I believe so.
Okay, so I'm gonna connect back to this whole like hot Cheetos, hot Funyuns thing, and I'm gonna say any non-original chip. Now I'll explain this. Like Lay's potato chips, cool. They taste good. Pringles potato chips taste good. Cheetos taste good. Doritos nacho cheese tastes good. Any of the outside flavors are overrated.
Barbecue chips are some of the best ever.
Those are overrated. That counts.
Jeremy, he just said that barbecue chips are overrated.
Barbecue baked Lay's is the best chip.
I cannot get a barbecue chip down. I cannot even
I'm
try.
sorry. I'm sorry
What
about
about
that.
sour cream and onion?
No, definitely.
What?
not.
No, those are no.
What?
The only good sour
Oh
cream
my
and onion chip.
gosh.
The only good sour cream and onion chip are the Pringles. Those are the only good sour cream and onion chip.
This sounds like an agreeing with me from Jeremy.
Oh no.
I only agree on the sour cream and onion take. I don't agree on the barbecue Lay's.
Oh,
The
it's so
barbecue Lay's,
sad.
barbecue baked Lay's is the highest form of chip.
What about like cracked pepper? Like it's so good. Oh no. What about cheddar potato chips? Cheddar potato chips are so good.
Ooh.
sour cream and onion.
Yeah,
No,
thank you.
none of it.
Thank you.
None of it.
Thank you.
If I'm grabbing,
What about Cool
Hey.
Ranch?
no,
Oh, Cool Ranch slaps.
What
Yeah,
about
Zach's
cheesy
got you on the
lime
Cool
or
Ranch.
whatever they're called? The purple bag. Oh, those are so good. Have you had taco Doritos?
those are okay. I will
Okay.
give an exception.
Is that
for
is the only reason you've had those? Is everybody's only reason they've had those because of my dad? I feel
Yeah.
like it is.
probably. Yeah.
That's a weird Ron thing. That's like a weird it's a little weird Ron thing.
I
Like
don't mind those because they're very plain, so I don't mind those.
Yeah, they're good.
Sling, put it on the poll. Put it on the poll. Do you find out a lot of weird stuff from at Ronnie Schnell?
Yes, definitely I do.
Yeah, it's just it's a some of it is very very positive. Well, you know, he told me that he's been sending me articles about vaccine transmission and how there's studies showing that the vaccine is helping with trans.
I can't wait. I'm reading a full paragraph out of this article.
So I'm very excited. I'm very excited about that.
All right, we
I'm muted.
we have to keep going.
Yeah, keep it going. Let's go.
Vaccines, take them. I think it's Kling's turn again.
Is it? Shoot. What don't I like that? Oh, TikTok's overrated.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I agree.
The talk.
TikTok's amazing.
The talk.
I scroll all day.
All right, my turn. Hello.
Yes,
Yes.
Jeremy, it's your turn.
It's my
Yeah.
turn.
Yes,
Yeah.
your turn.
PTI and Michael Wilbon.
Oh,
Yes. Yes,
Hold
love it.
Oh, terrible
Hold on,
take.
hold
He's
on.
such a nice guy.
Bon is a fake Chicago sports fan.
He is fake. Thank you.
Gosh, he's such a great guy. He's my childhood. Jeremy's just doing this to make me upset.
He is a
That's
fake
good.
Cubs fan.
I mean,
That's-
I am more of a Kornheiser fan and always have been because he's a DC, like he has a DC podcast that I really like. But as far as that show, we wouldn't have like sports debate TV right now if it wasn't for them. So
All right, Zach's turn here.
Yeah.
All right. Listen. So he was announced today as the guy who was going to lead ESPN's NFL draft coverage for no reason whatsoever. Mike Greenberg is incredibly overrated.
what? You guys are
Yes.
you guys are taking both of these takes for
Let me
you guys
read you.
know.
So first of
Stop.
all, so Awful Announcing put up an article today. Twitter caption: in a huge boost for NFL Network's coverage, ESPN tabs Mike Greenberg as new NFL draft host. I got to read a paragraph out of this, and I am allowed to swear on this show.
Nothing's been officially
Okay.
announced, but Andrew Marchand knows everything before anyone. So yeah, I got your point. Go ahead.
NFL, they could have had Reese Davis, Laura Rutledge, Sam Ponder, Susie Colbert, many other personalities would have been fine choices. Instead, according to the New York Post, they're going with Mike fucking Greenberg. I'm sure Mike Greenberg is a nice enough guy, but there's no prominent ESPN personality, aside from maybe Stephen A. Smith, that I'd less want to see in this role. Greenberg isn't an NFL expert. He's the host of a morning show and a radio show. Choosing him over someone who actively hosts studio coverage is a disservice to viewers. Instead of giving those watching the draft an authoritative, thoughtful host, you're giving them an overexposed, lukewarm take merchant who might actually drive viewers to other networks. More than anything, it's just disappointing to see him get another plum assignment from ESPN. He's not a landmark figure at the network, yet here he is hosting their NFL draft coverage. That is the roast of the day from Awful Announcing.
Okay, Jesse is about to say that you ruined his childhood too, because I know Jesse's a huge Mike and Mike fan. Go ahead, Jesse.
I don't really have anything other than that's just an atrocious take. Like, I mean, Mike
He is so
Greenberg.
overrated.
Mike Greenberg is one of the best radio hosts of all time. And
Yeah, okay. So host a radio show. Don't host NFL Network.
Don't host the NFL draft.
Yeah, the NFL
Don't
draft.
host-
I mean,
Don't host the morning get up show.
like,
Don't,
Here he is as Justin Bieber. He's saying "One Less Lonely Girl" because his picks were worse than Golick's on the sheet of integrity mark.
Bullock made that show, and everyone knows it. Greenberg was just along for the ride.
Then why was Golick and Wingo not as good as Mike and Mike?
They didn't give it a chance.
They were on for 30 freaking years. Good God.
So
They
they
have
got
the
a
best
point.
chemistry in radio history. They had better chemistry than Stu and Dan.
I've got
Let's
it.
not, okay, all
They had
right.
better chemistry than Mike and the Mad Dog.
Let's not pretend that ESPN Radio is making the right decisions right now. Okay,
Good
let's not pretend
afternoon,
they are.
everybody.
They're like the first Mayflower ship that floated in the Atlantic Ocean. They had no idea where they were, and now they're trying to find their way back home. That's what ESPN Radio is right now. They are just a pirate ship trying to find their way.
I love ESPN. ESPN is great. I want to work there. Unlike some people, it seems.
I'd love to work there too, but the radio side of things. I mean, God, they got rid of Levitard. I don't know. It's rudderless. They are rudderless on the radio side of things.
Look at Greenberg. He sang "One Less Lonely Girl." It was hilarious.
I have a hat signed by both mics.
Nice. Can I have it?
No. And also Liam, I believe was his name. He was a
Oh,
producer.
Liam. Do you remember Liam's mom? She's drunk. She's English, and she knows nothing about sports.
I have a hat signed by both Mikes and Liam.
that's
Yeah,
great.
You know why that sells good money, right? Because it's got Golick's signature on it.
I met Mike Golick. Super nice guy. His ESPN email doesn't work anymore.
I met them at ESPN the weekend. Golick was very nice in the brief time that I met him.
Can we tell this story, Jesse, about how Golick totally gave you a bad email and
No, it
you're never
worked.
gonna be
It
able to-
worked. It worked for the start. It worked. He got back to me. But yeah, just no. Like, it's my turn. It's my turn to go. isn't it? Yeah, it's my turn and Zach.
Go ahead, Jesse.
All right. What was my next one? Oh yeah, Pink Floyd. They're so overrated. Like there's such a boring band. Like what is groundbreaking about them? They just have sounds. It's just like hello. Like what like no, it's so boring.
They did
They have
create a
two
new
good
type
songs.
of rock, but they are overrated.
They are so overrated.
And Roger Waters, not a fan of a certain faith.
Yeah, Robert Rogers and some of us
I'm
don't
pretty
get
sure
along very well.
I'm pretty sure their font is somewhere on my jersey. I'm not sure what letter it is, but it's somewhere on here, I think.
Also, hipsters and Pink Floyd. Shut up. It's not that good. Get over it. You go listen to your crappy hipster music. Your crappy hipster music is terrible. You know why? You know why you like Pink Floyd? Because it's different and it's cool and it's vintage. But you know what? They're not that cool. They're not that good. Go listen to the Beatles. Go listen to the Who. Go listen to Stones. Go listen to Bruce freaking Springsteen. Those are some real good classic rock acts. We were just talking about Leonard Skinner. They're good.
So Jesse, I've just looked it up. The D on this jersey is the Pink Floyd font.
Pink Floyd,
So
get
how about
over it. Pink Floyd, what have they ever done? Another brick in the wall.
They had their font on a jersey of the best franchise in the NBA.
There's have you ever been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, Max?
I have actually.
You ever seen their giant shrine to the wall? It's so lame, so boring.
I
It's
don't
maybe
know.
the worst part of the
It's
museum.
been a while. It was LeBron's first go around in Cleveland.
It was. I've been twice to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and
it was pretty cool.
It was great. I mean, the parts with Jimi Hendrix's guitar, I love that.
I saw the original sheet that Eminem wrote "Lose Yourself" on. That was pretty cool.
Great, rock influenced rap song. But yeah, just completely overrated. Completely overrated band. All right,
you're fourth.
Zach's turn for 2.
No. It's your turn for 2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
How do we always forget what order we go?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Very confusing order. I'm very confused.
It's your turn, and then it's Zach's turn.
My last one, the Dallas Cowboys. Oh my gosh, they're overrated. What have they done? Why do they get so much talk? Everybody talks about the Cowboys. They haven't done anything in 25 years. They're practically like the Browns or the Washington football team.
They made
Talk about those teams.
before.
They're not even interesting. Dak is a boring quarterback. Zeke isn't very good. Amari Cooper, they have no personality.
Their oil man. That's why they're interesting.
The owner is the only interesting thing about that team, and the stadium. The stadium's nice, but I'm not even sure it's the nicest stadium in the NFL anymore. Get over it.
Does anybody talk about them though?
All the time.
You're really overestimating the people that talk about them.
First Take, Undisputed.
Yeah, but First Take always talks about, and Undisputed always talk about them in the Cowboys suck. No, they don't. Oh
Yeah, they talk
suck.
about them. That's the thing. They talk about. They don't sit there and they don't sit around and talk about the Lions. The Cowboys are literally like the freaking Detroit Lions. What have they done? They've done nothing.
I don't know anybody who actually cares about the Cowboys outside of the Cowboys fans and rivals of the Cowboys. I don't know anybody who cares about them other than them.
Yeah.
Which I guess we got a fan of the Washington football team and the Eagles here, so I guess that makes sense. But still, nobody cares
themselves. What? They didn't even talk about the Patriots with Brady as much as they talked about the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys did nothing. Tony Romo did nothing. Tony Romo, think about the top 2 of the 4 are.
If Tony Romo played for the Colts in the mid 2000s, he'd have 5 Super Bowls.
No, he wouldn't have. All right, I don't know whose turn it is. Whoever.
All right, it's my turn.
Well, actually,
it's Zach's
isn't it
turn.
my set? Don't I get 2?
You just did 2, Jesse.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. Short term.
I'm putting this on the poll.
Right.
Is Mount Rushmore the worst segment on?
I'm not. I've never done any sort of that kind of stuff in my life.
It's Zach's turn. Let him go.
I just want to give my takes.
All right. Starbucks.
Oh, yeah.
So
great take.
I don't
Starbucks.
agree with that.
Starbucks is very overrated. Forever a Dunkin' guy at Hot because New England, but Starbucks overrated.
I don't disagree. I've gotten very into Dutch Brothers over the last couple months.
Dutch Brothers.
Dutch Brothers hits. Like I'm just
Well,
Dutch Brothers.
We'll have to bring Zach to the Valley of the Sun and get him to try some Dutch Bros.
I plan on coming to a Herman sermon next year.
Yeah, we're gonna go to a Herman game.
How about that? I want to go to a press conference. Forget the game.
Yeah, you want to go to a Herman press conference?
Yeah.
You just want me to send you the link for?
How about that?
Yeah, we'll get Zach on the Zoom. Get Zach on
Zach,
the.
do you want to just get on the Zoom
you
for the Herm press conference?
I'll change my background just like you did.
Nobody's gonna notice. Just don't be annoying. But yeah, I think it's Jeremy's turn.
Yeah.
I gotta ask him something.
Yeah, he's Zach Kaplan, SWX Montana.
Montana right now.
Herm.
I'll just send you one of the SID's number. He's cool.
Herm, I'm wondering your philosophy on recruiting California. Just 20 minutes. Outstanding.
All right, my turn.
The best person to ask on recruiting California is Antonio Pierce.
Oh, Antonio Pierce lives in California during recruiting season. Yeah, I guess it's my turn. I've been kind of going back and forth on this, but since Zach's in the room, I'm gonna have to go with Jason Tatum. What a jag that guy is! An absolute jag.
It's very exciting when you see him live, but he's over there.
St. Louis native.
St. Louis native.
He did make the All-Star team. I don't know if he can be overrated. I think he's properly rated, but he is kind of a jag.
He's a jag.
He's been a jag.
He's a jag.
Big time Cardinals and Blues fan.
He is. Isn't that crazy?
Boston fans got really mad at him during the 2019 Cup Finals series.
I love
it. Kling.
I'm going to piggyback off of your Cowboys take and talk about what the team that has turned into the Cowboys of baseball, the New York Yankees, are overrated. And
how are they overrated? They have 27 World Series.
They have for the past decade they've been overrated.
I care about them. They've ruined my life for years. They've been good and we haven't. They ruined my childhood. They ruined now. Ugh.
They sucked when we were kids.
All I know is I remember
they won a World Series.
Yeah,
they
one.
They won like 4 when I was like 2.
What a joke.
But
they had Derek Jeter.
What a joke.
But
they had Derek Jeter and Melvin Mora.
But since the team that won,
that over departs when they get to
since all their good guys have retired, their new good guys can't get it done in the playoffs. They've lost like the past 2 postseasons on clutch home runs to Jose Altuve and Mike Brousseau, and like
you made up that second name.
What's that? I just had to look that up.
You made up that second name.
I remember I was listening to John Sterling and Susan Waldman call that game.
Susan Waldman, she was in my class a few weeks ago. She's cool.
That's awesome. No, I remember them calling it, and I'm pretty sure they were in New York calling it because the game was in San Diego.
Yeah.
The 2020 baseball was the weirdest thing ever. But I mean, they were just like the New York, like the announcers were just sounded tired. Like, come on, really? Like, you're really just giving up a home run to this random dude, like, and then they lost. But I mean, honestly, I think Aaron Boone's an overrated manager. I think Joe Girardi's also an overrated manager, and he's the manager of the Phillies. So I don't know.
Can I go? Overrated. Can I go off of that? And this is going to make Jeremy very angry. A couple honorable mentions for me as well are Giancarlo Stanton. Hit a slider low and away. Why don't you?
0-2 count. The pitch is always a slider low and away.
Yeah, hit the slider low and away. It's just
no Stanton.
Oh, Stanton's awful. He's overrated. He might be the honorable mention of the year. As far as I don't know if we're done yet, but if we're not done, someone's got to take him.
300, hit 300, then get an MVP. That MVP
award. Whoever picks Stan wins this Mount Rushmore, as far as I'm concerned.
I picked the Yankees, so
I believe I'm the only one left with a pick, and I've got a big hot take.
I got one more. I got one more honorable mention. Pat Riley's just overall ability to recruit free agents. Like, that dude doesn't actually recruit free agents. LeBron went there because he was friends with D-Wade. Same with Chris Bosh. Had nothing to do with Pat freaking Riley. Oh my gosh. Get over it. He was good. He was a good coach in the 80s.
The Cavs proved that Pat Riley had nothing to do with building those Heat rosters. Because the Cavs went and got basically every player from those Heat rosters to come to Cleveland. Like, they got like Mike Miller, they got James Jones, they got like all those guys. Like,
yeah, LeBron was for some reason a package deal with Mike Miller and James Jones wherever he went.
He really
also honorable mention. You know, I said Joe Girardi's overrated. I'm also gonna go out on a limb and say Doc Rivers is overrated because that man has won
such an overrated coach
in a decade. So
yes,
get to a conference finals, dude.
Absolutely. Doc Rivers is absolutely one of the most overrated coaches in all sports.
All I got to say about Pat Riley is 6 finals appearances and 3 championships. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Right. I'm the only one left, right?
Go ahead.
Yes.
Your last one.
Naps.
Naps.
Naps are overrated.
Wow.
You said naps.
Naps are overrated.
No.
They always make me feel tired. Tell me you haven't gone to take a nap at 2:00 and woken up at 4:00 and been like, I feel like crap. Like, it always happens when you take a nap. You're always like, oh, I don't want to do anything for the rest of the day now. Like, it takes the energy out of you.
You're a big nap.
I love naps.
They're so
I love naps.
Yeah, Jeremy's a human sloth. That he sleeps like 15 hours a day.
They're so
as a person who sleeps during the day now, I mean, I have no room for speaking, but the best naps that I really like taking that just popped in my head is when I'm on vacation in the beach town. I get home from going out to breakfast with my folks, and I wind up taking a nap for an hour or two and then go to the beach in the afternoon.
See, these are good naps because these are when you're in relax mode, naps are good. But if you take one on like a Saturday afternoon or something, you just feel like crap for the rest of the day afterwards.
Well, I mean, it depends. If you're doing a lot of stuff during your daytime on Saturday, then before you take a nap, then you tire yourself out. So, like,
here's my thing. I've never felt better after a nap than I did before a nap.
Here's the thing.
What's the thing, Jesse?
Here's the thing. So it's been scientifically proven that sorry, I can't get over the fact that I said here's the thing and then I went to it's been scientifically proven that like a 20-minute power nap is the best kind of nap.
Yes, also, I would believe that.
Also, I do like a good like hour, maybe 2-hour nap where I come out of it, I think it's the next day, and then I feel terrible for like the next hour. But the rest of the night, I am revving high. It's like a Cuban coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I can stay up till like 4 a.m. I can get so much done. I can apply for jobs. Like, wow, it is great.
Hey, also, it's been scientifically proven to better Max's point that that you cannot actually catch up on sleep. There's no scientific fact that shows that you can catch up on sleep.
You can go through more REM cycles, though, in a night than you can. So technically, you can't catch up on sleep, but you can catch up on the REM cycles the next night.
All right. Bye, guys. Thanks for having me on.
You don't have a what are we doing, Jeremy?
No, my cold, it's acting up. I got to go.
Who's set to go number 2 to the Dolphins?
Number 3 to the...
Sorry.
3 to... Devontae Smith. But I kind of want Jamar Chase. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Good night. Good night, Canada.
Good night, Canada. All right. Do we want to do a what are we doing segment? I feel like I feel like we just sat and done a what are we doing for like a really long time. I don't really have any either. Max has
My what are we doing is check the goings on of Congress and stuff like that. That's just
well, that's all.
there's a lot going on there.
My what are we doing? I guess we'll just do it. Whatever. If my what are we doing is just like I don't know, the continuous like discussion of the Ray Lee Klein situation. Like just
oh God, let's not bring that up.
Just don't even talk about it anymore. Just like the more you talk about it, the more she like has ammunition. Just like
let's not even bring it up.
Whatever. Like she's just gonna get a job with OAN and whatever.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Like just
I got nothing.
Stop being racist. That's all I gotta say.
Mine's related to that, so we can go just as they are a package deal there.
Yeah. All right. Well, Max, you have a few little Golden Globes things.
Golden Globes.
You want me to play your intro, or are you good?
I'm good because I'm gonna predict every single Golden Globe,
including the TV ones.
No, just
I like the TV ones.
I don't care about TV.
How about you do the new ones? I do the TV ones.
What was that?
Matt does
TV.
TV.
I'll do the TV.
Sounds good. My only thing I have to say on TV is Ted Lasso is excellent and very, very fun. That's my only thing I have to say about the TV. All right, so on to movies. I'm going to give should win and will win for every award. So the should win is, in my opinion, the best for each one. The will win is the one I think will win for each one. So first, I'm going to start with best song. The should win is Speak Now from One Night in Miami. The will win is Speak Now from One Night in Miami. So they're the same one there. For best score, the should win is Soul. The will win, I think, is Soul. So I think it's the same one again. I think the Soul score is amazing, and I think it'll be rewarded. Best foreign language film, I can't really say should win on this one because I haven't seen any of them yet. I'm going to be watching.
That's a new one. Max not seeing like some. Is that because the indie like movie theaters that you go to watch like those, like you haven't been doing that? Because like normally you're coming in here ranting and raving about how great some movie is that you just have to sit there and read the whole time.
Yeah, that's a big.
Which I'm a fan of those movies, honestly. Like I don't mind the subtitles. I don't mind like. Yeah, there's a lot.
That's a big factor in it, is that the indie movie theaters haven't been open. But also it's harder to force yourself to watch one of these on TV or on streaming than it is to go to a theater. So Minari will win. It's probably the easiest award to predict of the night. So if you're looking for an easy bet, Minari for foreign language film. I'm going to be watching it tomorrow because it comes out on streaming tomorrow. It's one of the best picture favorites at the Oscars, so it's definitely going to win best foreign language film. So then best animated feature, Soul will win in a landslide. Golden Globes gets a little bit iffy on it. It's not quite the Pixar Disney guarantee that the Oscars are. But I think Soul has no chance of losing this, and Soul should win. Soul's one of the best movies of the year. Best film screenplay, Promising Young Woman should win. We went over that a lot at the Max Awards. Promising Young Woman, it should win. I think that Trial of the Chicago 7 will win because Aaron Sorkin is kind of a guarantee win type of situation. Aaron Sorkin is the closest thing to an A-list writer you can get. He wrote The Social Network, he wrote Moneyball, he wrote The West Wing. He's written all kinds of great stuff, and he's going to win for the Trial of the Chicago 7. Best film director, Chloe Zhao will win, and she's going to be a deserving winner for the movie Nomadland, which I just saw this week. That movie is incredible, and she did an amazing job directing it. She's going to be a very worthy winner, and I'm very, very happy for her. Best film supporting actor, I think Daniel Kaluuya should win. I think he's the best actor of his generation. I think he's the best actor to break out in the last 20 years, Daniel Kaluuya. And I think that Judas and the Black Messiah is his best performance. He should win. I actually think he will win as well. I think Sacha Baron Cohen is his biggest competition. I think Sacha Baron Cohen is going to win in a different category. So I think that they're going to just give him one of those awards. So I think Daniel Kaluuya will win Best Film Supporting Actor. Best Film Supporting Actress. We just talked about her like 5 or 10 minutes ago. Amanda Seyfried for the movie Mank, movie that I didn't really care for. But she's very good in it. She's a good actress. I've liked her in a lot of stuff in the past. The Mamma Mia movies, Mean Girls. She's
Mamma
great.
Mia.
She's great in those movies, and she's great in Mean Girls. So she's gonna win this probably. She's got Olivia Colman, Glenn Close, and Jodie Foster, all awards favorites. So there's some competition there, but I think Amanda Seyfried's gonna win. Best comedy actor, I think will go to Sacha Baron Cohen. I just mentioned him a second ago. I think he's second place for supporting actor. I think he's going to win for Borat's subsequent movie film. He gives a great performance in that movie. Lin-Manuel Miranda for Hamilton is probably his competition. I don't think Lin-Manuel Miranda even gives the best lead performance in that show. I think Leslie Odom Jr. does. So I think Sacha Baron Cohen's winning that. Best. Yeah, I think he's got the second best chance to win that category. I don't think he's going to win. Best comedy actress will go to Maria Baklava for Borat's subsequent movie film. I could see Rosamund Pike making a run and upset for the movie I Care a Lot, which is a lot of hype over the last week or two on Netflix. I don't think it's got enough hype for her to get the win. I think Maria Baklava is winning this. She's going to be an Oscar nominee. She's probably the only person in her category that's going to be an Oscar nominee. She's winning this award. She should win this award. For Best Comedy Musical Film, Borat's subsequent movie film is going to win. I think it's a worthy winner. I can't disagree at all.
Is this award show in person?
No, this is going to be a virtual award show, I believe.
Will there be like some people there? Like it's like a Kimmel set? I would like to see, I'd like to see at least like the monologue be done by.
Well, Tina and Amy are going to be on opposite coasts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think this is going to be fully virtual.
Ugh.
Tina's in New York, and Amy is where they usually hold it.
That's what I'm in it for this year. I'm in it for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, Borat's subsequent movie film is going to win this. I mean, I'd give it to Hamilton, but it's hard to give it to a play because Hamilton's won a bunch of Tonys already. I mean,
also it's a play from like 5 years ago. Yeah,
it's won a bunch of Tonys. It's won a bunch of Grammys. We can give the Golden Globe to Borat's subsequent movie film. It's a good movie. On to Best Drama Actor. Chadwick Boseman will win for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I think it's almost a guarantee. I think he should win because for some reason the Golden Globes decided not to nominate Delroy Lindo for this award. I don't understand why. Delroy Lindo in The Five Bloods, I think, gives the best performance of the year. Close second for best performance of the year, though, goes Chadwick Boseman for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. So that's a win that I will be very happy with. For Best Drama Actress, I think this is the most competitive category of the night. I think Frances McDormand for Nomadland, Carey Mulligan for Promising Young Woman, and Viola Davis for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom all can win. I think all three of them have a chance. I think Carey Mulligan should win for this. I think Frances McDormand for Nomadland will win. Frances McDormand's two-time Oscar winner. She's one of the most acclaimed, most popular, most awards-friendly actresses of all time. I think they're not going to be able to resist giving her an award. And Nomadland's a great movie. She gives a great performance, so I can't complain too much about it. For Best Film Drama, I think Promising Young Woman should win. I think Nomadland is a close second for me, but Trial of the Chicago 7 it's awards bait to the 10th degree, and the Golden Globes will not be able to resist giving this movie or this award to the most awards bait movie possible. The Trial of the Chicago 7, I believe, is winning this category for best film drama. I think it's an okay movie, but I mean, like I said, this has just all the makings of a Best Picture winner. And the Golden Globes are going to try to predict the Oscars Best Picture winner by giving this movie Best Film Drama. So those are all my predictions for the Golden Globes.
Alrighty. Matt, I will have you call in on Monday to our Blaze show if you're able to.
Okay. Thank you for letting me do that.
And giving your bachelor takes, because I don't want to bore Matt.
My yes, because okay, but I would prefer to do it earlier on in your show based on my schedule.
That works. That works.
So I'm going to do these right now, and
update these polls.
What's that?
Just update these polls.
No, I gotta do my TV picks for the Golden Globes.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, my bad.
So here I'm gonna go through a bunch of them first, because I really have only watched 2 shows that technically have nominations in this. But I'm just gonna do it based off of eye test. So for best drama, I'm going to go with The Crown. For best drama actor, I'm going to go with Josh O'Connor from The Crown. For best drama actress, I'm going to go with Olivia Colman.
Olivia Colman's a good bet anytime she's up for an award.
For best performance, for best actor in a miniseries, I'm going to actually no, there's no best actor in a. Oh, there is a best actor in a miniseries. For best actor,
so is miniseries is Small Crown or is what's it called?
Well, here I'm gonna guess just out of random, man. I'm gonna randomly just say Mark Ruffalo for I Know This Much Is True.
Not bad.
Again, just out of a guess, and then Anya Taylor-Joy from The Queen's Gambit for best miniseries actress. Best miniseries, I'm gonna go with The Queen's Gambit. Now on to comedy or musical.
Okay, small. By the way, movie limited series. I just want to jump in here real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Small Axe is nominated for that. Small Axe is one of the best forms of media I've seen in years. I can't decide if I think it's a movie or a TV show because it's a bunch of different movies.
It's an anthology film series, is what it's called.
So I really love Small Axe. I'm rooting for that. I do think you're right, though. I think Queen's Gambit is winning it.
Okay. For comedy, this is going to be a very easy pick because of their performance at the Emmys, but Schitt's Creek is going to win Best Musical or Comedy. I'm in the final season right now of Schitt's Creek on Netflix. It aired on Pop TV and CBC for 6 years. It's such a great show. And Eugene Levy, who co-created the show, he's going to win Best Actor. Catherine O'Hara is going to win Best Actress. Although, and this was a really surprising nomination, Jane Levy from Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist on NBC, a show that I watch, and it's a really good show. She got nominated. Now, this actually surprised me. They decided to cram all of the best supporting actors and actresses into one category across genres. So, I'm going to pick for best supporting actor. I'm going to go with Dan Levy from Schitt's Creek. Now, will there be a Schitt's sweep? That is the $1 million question.
A sheep.
Because Annie Murphy, who is Alexis Rose on Schitt's Creek, she won the Emmy, but she's going up against 2 actresses from The Crown, Helena Bonham Carter, who played Princess Margaret, and Gillian Anderson, who played Margaret Thatcher, plus Cynthia Nixon from Ratched and Julia Garner from Ozark. Look, I want to see Annie Murphy win this, and I really hope she does, because I might finish this last season before the award show Sunday, even though I have no interest in the Golden Globe Awards. I really hope Annie Murphy wins. I'm going to pick to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if one of the Crown actresses win that category.
I feel like we need to have a TV segment with Kling and a movie.
How about
Max.
So
How about-
I have a couple questions on TV.
Okay.
One of them is first of all, I think Dan Levy has a lot of hype around him. I think he's got a good chance. I think Golden Globes being the attention WHORES that they are, will go for the Star Wars actor of John Boyega for Small Axe, which he's great in Small Axe. He's in one episode out of 6 of them, but he's great in that one episode. Is Dan Levy? I've never watched Schitt's Creek before. I've been told I should. I've been told I'd love it.
He's the greatest. He is probably the single greatest character I've ever seen on a scripted TV show. His character.
Is he a supporting actor? Because I've always kind of thought he was the lead of that
Well,
show.
the weird thing about this is that it's centered around a family of 4, and this was a segment I was going to propose. Jesse, you ready for it? This segment has gone to Schitt's Creek, where I just talked about the Creek.
Wow,
and
TV.
this is going to be the pilot segment of it, and then next week I'll get into other things. So truly, this is based around 4 characters. You got Johnny Rose, who is the father of the family of 4, a former wealthy businessman, former owner of what he calls a successful video store chain. You have Catherine O'Hara. She plays Moira Rose, a former soap opera actress who had a pretty successful run. You have Dan Levy, who plays David Rose, who is he's bisexual, but I think his father said he's pansexual. He starts out with a girlfriend and then winds up falling in love with a guy and is going to marry him. Sorry, that just spoiled it. And then you have Alexis Rose, who's played by.
Whoa! That was like a horrible. You just like spoiled like a giant storyline of a show without warning in front. Like what?
Now, Jesse, I'm sorry. Anybody who knows anything about Schitt's Creek, anybody who knows that's a show that exists, knows that's what it's about.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, then you were never going to watch it.
Thank you. No, you know what? There's a lot of shows that I would like to watch. Maybe I would have liked to watch that one. Thanks, Kling.
That's the whole point of the show, from what I believe. I
didn't know that. I try to keep my things out, my mind out of things that like I don't like that I want to watch in the future. And like that's terrible.
From the minute that the guy that, and I'll get into his character in future weeks, I knew the minute they met, it was something was up. And then so the fourth main character is Annie Murphy. She plays her character is why am I blanking on their names? It's Alexis Rose, who's an adult spoiled brat. And I mean, she really is a spoiled brat who wears really tight dresses. And by the way they talk, I'm just gonna, the only one I can really impersonate is Alexis, because this is how she talks. Oh my God, David. And then she goes, boop. Like, I think her character, and I think like the parents are cool, the kids are better. And so the storyline is they are a wealthy family who I'm not going to tell you how, but they wind up in a town that years ago they bought as a joke called Schitt's Creek, and they're living out of a motel. And next week,
boiling up with a show. I don't know.
And next week, I'm going to get into more of the secondary characters, including the girl who works at the motel, the mayor, and his wife. And this segment has gone to Schitt's Creek.
I'm very intrigued by Schitt's Creek because, like I've said, I've heard many people say that I love it. I think that Schitt's Creek is going to dominate at the Golden Globes. The one thing I think is standing in its way is Ted Lasso had such a huge following through quarantine because it's such just like a relentlessly positive, happy show. I feel like Ted Lasso is the major Golden Globe spoiler here for Schitt's Creek in both comedy series and comedy actor. I could definitely see Jason Sudeikis winning this, I think.
Jason Sudeikis, a great role of his is in Booksmart.
It is. With his ex, I don't even know what they were. I don't know if they're husband and wife, fiance, but Jason Sudeikis is great. He's amazing in Ted Lasso. And so I think that could be a spoiler to Schitt's Creek, but I do think that, I mean, Schitt's Creek has got to be the favorite for every award it's nominated for, because like you said, it just absolutely dominated the Emmys. It's the new, I don't even remember what that show was called, but there's this show that had a bunch of like famous actors that won a bunch of awards like 3 or 4 years ago, and nobody had ever watched the show in their life. I don't think it actually existed. I think it was just like a conspiracy to win awards, but
What was it called?
I don't remember.
Who
I
was
think
it?
I think it had Alan Arkin in it, I believe. It had like a bunch of older actors in it, and I don't think it actually existed. I believe it had Alan Arkin and Michael Douglas maybe in it. But I don't think it was a real show because I'd never met a single person who had watched it, but it won like just a ton of Emmys. The Kaminsky Method is the show.
Wait, what?
It won a whole bunch of Emmys. The Kaminsky Method. It won a whole bunch of Emmys, and I've never met a single person who's ever watched that show. So
That's weird. All right. Well, Matt, update the polls. This show has gone on like 45 minutes longer than I expected it to.
Hold on, I'm trying to tweet something. Give me a moment.
Wow, this is compelling. So I called a game tonight, Max. Washington lost by 8 to ASU men's basketball. It was my last call at Desert Financial as a student, so it's kind of bittersweet. But here's my my call boards we had going on, stats, and then here's me calling the game. Look at how long my hair is. I gotta get that cut. There's my broadcast partner Ike. Yeah, we gotta get that. He wore a hat during the broadcast. And he pulled it off.
Good stuff.
Yeah, Matt, you ready?
No.
Max, how's your life been?
I'm gonna tag someone. All right, there we go.
Is this a poll? Is this a tweet from your account?
No, this is a tweet. This is a poll, and I'm not going to include it on the latest on the wrap up of polls. But here's the wrap up of polls. When should I start? Just tonight's or this taping's polls, or should I go back a few days?
Was there earlier polls?
How about Bellinger to the Padres in a trade? Yes, happening for sure. Wouldn't shock me. 61% wouldn't shock me.
They're literally like talking about getting Yelich. I don't know where they're getting this money from, but okay, whatever.
They're probably oil or China. Does Max owe $50, a $50 fine for saying bleep instead of burgers?
Thank you.
9% of voters said yes.
Yeah.
Braden agreed with you. Shout out Braden. Gonna see him in a couple weeks. Does Jesse listen to anyone? 67% say just himself. Is a bathroom at a rest area supposed to be nicer than the gas station? 100% yes. Shamrock Shakes, 67% no. That is an abomination, people. You're missing out, but you make it up here. Is fish good? 100% say yes. Cheese doodles or cheese balls? This is kind of close than what you thought. 60% say cheese balls over cheese doodles, but it's close. It's close. Only 5 votes. Do you find out a lot of weird stuff from Rock and Ron Schnell? 100% say yes. Is the Mount Rushmore snake draft and Jesse Morrison forgetting the order 5 times a draft the worst thing about the show? 80% say yes. And I'm not going to say the last poll because I'll save that for next week's segment of this segment has gone to Schitt's Creek.
All right. Tune into our Monday show, 11 p.m., blazeradioonline.com. I don't know who's going to be filling in for Mallory because big announcement. She's not on the show anymore. But yeah, tune into that. It'll be me, Coyle, and somebody, probably Chris. But yeah, just good night, Canada.